back, relax, maybe get yourself a snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hey guys, so I'm here today to do another SPFBO book review, and this is a finalist. It is called Blackstone Heart, and this one I really enjoyed, so I definitely would recommend this if you don't mind grimdark, because it is pretty dark. It's not shying away from gruesome details and bloody gore, so yeah, just beware. If grimdark's not your thing, this might not be for you, but if it is, then you will probably really enjoy this. This book reminded me a lot of the style of Mark Lawrence's Prince of Thorns, that sort of stuff. So if you're interested in those kinds of books where it's an anti-hero, this is definitely similar in vein. I really like this. It is weird, it is dark, it's a bit different, and I think for all those reasons it caught my attention very quickly. And I think this author has quite a few books out, so I really want to check out some others by him. I was very impressed by this story and I really enjoyed it overall. So this story is the tale of a man who is kind of a man. He wakes up buried underground from the very beginning of the book, and he has to dig his way out, and when he wakes up he is more of a feral beast than he is a man, to be honest. He doesn't have a lot of memories, he doesn't really know where he came from, he doesn't know any of his history, but he knows that something is wrong with his heart. And what that is that it has an obsidian shard inside of it. But the shard is just a fraction of what should be there, and he knows that there are other parts of his heart scattered around the world that he needs to hunt down. And that is kind of the premise of this whole book, is him finding the shards of his heart and piecing them together. But why was it split up in the first place? What happened to him to put him in this state? How is he alive when he was buried underground? How long has he been dead for? These are all questions that you, as a reader, ask yourself right from the start, and slowly some of them do get answered. I believe there will be more in this series. I'm not sure if they're out or not yet, but definitely an exciting story starter with a lot of big questions to be answered and a lot of potential to come as well. The man who we are following is called Cairn, and his story is a pretty sad one. It's filled with sadness and death, and quite a lot of brutality as well. He does meet some interesting characters along the way, and we kind of follow his story right from the start through to him discovering a lot more about his past and himself. There are things like rape and blood and flaying and yeah, all sorts of not so nice things, so trigger warning for those. It is grimdark, it is not for the faint of heart, but I did think the magic of this world was really cool. There are demons, there are sorcerers, wizards, there's a lot of on-page magic which happens right in front of you and is a big part of the plot, and I really like that when it's done well, and I do think it's done well here. It feels very organically part of the story. It feels like the author has really thought about their world and their characters and how they fit into it, and because it is a kind of anti-hero character that we're following, I think it has that slight difference to it that makes you interested in it, and I really enjoyed kind of following this character. Even though he's not necessarily a black and white character, he's not, he's very morally grey, and more so as you find more out about his past, but he's still an enjoyable character to read about. He's still someone that you don't want to root for because of the things that have happened, but you kind of do because it's all from his point of view, and you're just as confused as him at first about who he is and where he comes from. There is necromancy, there are wizards, magical items, magical things that allow you to do stuff. Everything's pretty awesome in this fantastical world, and I like the magic being centre stage. Along the way, he meets two main women who are the other slightly more main characters. We have Henka and then we have Shalan, and both of them are very different styles of women. Both of them have their own kind of attributes that they bring to the story and to him as a secondary character to him. I would have kind of liked them to be slightly more main characters, but I guess because it is first person, it's a bit difficult to really get to know them in the same way as him. However, I did enjoy both of their characters and what they brought to the story. I don't think they were as fleshed out as I would have liked them to be. I did enjoy seeing their parts and seeing what they brought to the character of Ken. I do think that, as I say, it really reminded me of Mark Lawrence book, so that was quite an interesting quirk. I did see some of the plot reveals in this coming before they happened, but I don't think that took away from my enjoyment, and I found all of the characters pretty easy to engage with and enjoy. Even when they did pretty despicable things, I still found that I liked them as characters, and I found them enjoyable to read about in a sort of slightly nasty way, I guess. I think it was more appealing because it's first person and because you have that connection to the main character straight away than a lot of other grimdark books, because grimdark can be really hard to feel like you know the characters when they're doing awful things or they're experiencing awful things. And I think that the first person narrative really helps to connect you to this main character and really kind of draws you in. It was an easy hook, and it was easy for my imagination to run off with the descriptions that the author was providing and just get really into this world of necromancy and demons and all sorts of crazy stuff. So I highly recommend this one. I do think a lot of you would really enjoy it, especially if you are not worried by grimdark stuff. It was definitely one of the more appealing grimdarks I've ever read. I've heard, as I say, that this author has quite a few other titles from a few of the other reviewers, and I fully intend to pick some of those up because I definitely think this is an author to watch and one that I should have read before now. So I'm keen to try out more of their stuff and highly recommend it. I ended up giving this a 4.5 out of 5, which is a 9 out of 10, so a really high score. Really recommend it, and I definitely think you guys will enjoy it. I'd love to hear if you do pick it up. I will link below where you can buy it and support this author, because it's always great to support self-published authors. And thank you all so much for watching. I will see you very soon in another video. Bye guys!
Thank you for watching my video today. Go pick up a book, then come back and chat with me again.